Hello, students. Welcome back. Hope all of you are fine. Today, we will start another story from your English literature book, that is King of Kings, written by Anuran Chatterjee, who is an Indian scholar and a great writer. The story is a historical fiction. Students, do you know about historical fiction? It's a literary genre in which the plot takes place in a setting located in the past, and many details included in the story that are based on the real historical events. It borrows two characteristics of the time period in which it is set. This is the story of a great king of Gupta dynasty named Samudragupta, who was known as the King of Kings because he politically unified India and brought it under his power. Before I start the summary of the story, let's learn about the background and something about Gupta dynasty. The Gupta dynasty ruled over a major part of Indian subcontinent from 320 AD to 550 AD. AD stands for Anno Domini. It's a Latin word, and AD is used to refer to the year after the birth of Jesus. And AD is also shortening for the Christian era, means CE. Maharaja Srigupta was the founder of Gupta dynasty. The reign of Gupta dynasty was a period of overall prosperity. This period also witnessed developments in the fields of science, technology, art, and literature. Due to this, the Gupta period is also known as the Golden Age in the history of India. Chandragupta I, Samudragupta, and Chandragupta II were the greatest emperor of the Gupta dynasty. Samudragupta was the youngest son of Gupta Emperor Chandragupta I and the Licchavi princess Kumara Devi. Now you listen very carefully the summary of the story to know more about Samudragupta and his heroic deeds. The story begins long ago in ancient India. During this time, India was made up of many different kingdoms and princely provinces, and all these kingdoms were fighting against each other for power. There was no unity in the region, no progress was there, no strength to fight against outside invaders. And at this time, Samudragupta was the king who unified the region and brought almost every kingdom under his control. Around 320 AD, there was a wise and powerful king named Chandragupta I, who united the Guptas with Licchavis by marriage. Licchavi, it's a Nepali kingdom. According to the description of pillar inscription, Chandragupta I selected his youngest son Samudragupta by considering him as the most worthy to succeed to the throne. At that time, it was accepted that the eldest son of a king would take over the throne after his father. But Chandragupta I changed his ritual because he observed all of his sons and decided that without a doubt Samudragupta, his youngest son, was an ideal choice to become a ruler. And this decision of the king was publicly announced in an open assembly of the assembly. King's counselors who accepted this selection with joyous satisfaction. But those who were of equal birth and were rivals to the throne became pale-faced with disappointment. Some scholars concluded that there were other sons of Chandragupta I who aspired to the throne, and therefore the accession of Chandragupta was disputed. Perhaps the new king had to fight with a rival brother named Kacha, who was defeated by his youngest brother Samudragupta. Samudragupta succeeded his father in the year 335 AD and ruled for long 40 years till 370 AD. He amply justified his father's selection by proving himself a great conqueror and a mighty monarch. His title of Parakramanka indicates his power. His reign has been the most important period in ancient Indian history, bringing about the golden age of India, because it was marked by discoveries in science, technology, engineering, art, literature, logic, mathematics, astronomy, and philosophy. Samudragupta is also known for his military conquests and victories. He had to wage many wars in order to establish a vast empire. The Allahabad pillar inscription is a reliable source to know about Samudragupta's conquest and great qualities. The conquest of Samudragupta may be divided into 4 groups: North Indian campaign, conquest of forested kingdoms; South Indian campaign, conquest of border states. Samudragupta adopted strategic plans in his invasions of north and south. He decided to subdue the neighboring kingdoms first before taking up distant expeditions. Though Samudragupta was a great warrior, he was not a bloodthirsty warlord. He showed great mercy to the defeated kings, giving them back their power to govern their states. He has been described as the Chakravartin, or the single sovereign of the Indo-Gangetic Valley. As an individual, Samudragupta was a genius with many different qualities. He was a poet, a musician, a philosopher, and a great thinker. As a ruler, he was known to be very charitable and righteous, distributing wealth and justice in equal measure to all his subjects. Under the stability of his rule, the Gupta Empire flourished and came to be known as one of the greatest ages in the Indian history. So students, you have learned a lot about Gupta dynasty and the heroic deeds of great king Samudragupta. Hope all you are going to enjoy reading the story King of Kings written by Anuran Chatterjee, and this summary will help you. You have learned new words from the text, and you have to look up for their meaning and pronunciation. If you have any doubts or any queries, you feel free to ask. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.